Let's bring in Caroline Rhea.
Indoor or outdoors?
For what?
Like at a restaurant, let's say.
Oh, I thought you meant sex. I always prefer indoor.
Sex on the...
I'm old-fashioned that way.
So we're here back in LA. The flowers are blooming.
It's so beautiful
Sunshine.
here. You have like the Garden of Eden in your backyard.
You know,
or front
I like
yard.
to think of the secret garden.
It is.
The secret
Your
garden.
roses are like...
There are some out there that are like
amazing.
the white with like the pink splatter.
They're so gorgeous. They're phenomenal.
Thank
and
you.
the sunshine,
I do have a little bit of a green thumb. I do pick out the plants and decide where they go and try to keep them alive.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry for my low voice. I've been doing...
You've been very busy.
It's been so... Well, you're introducing me to all these people that I want to talk to all the time. And so I do. And then I'm supposed to do this with you. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
You're going to have to condition your voice like a Broadway star or a Bette Midler musical. There you go. No. La, la, la. Do it gently. La, la, la. I don't know. Actually, I have no idea how to sing.
I don't know. La, la, la,
So
la,
summer's
la, la.
coming.
Sorry.
So what blockbusters? I am so excited about a few of these.
Top Gun. Maverick.
You know, I almost named my middle son Maverick.
It was on our list of names.
Really?
Too.
That
yes.
makes sense.
Okay. Top Gun is my dad's #1 favorite movie, for one.
good.
So I've seen it maybe 500,000 times.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Cruise, oh my gosh, does he get hotter?
See, that's not my draw.
Please stop.
not my-
How is that possible?
Oh,
He is
he's
beautiful.
a petite little cutie.
In the original Top Gun, he is like
He is
the epitome
striking.
of all of my childhood crush dreams.
Not mine. Not mine. I get it.
Do you
not
get
my
it? Because
thing.
I'm feeling like you might not get it.
I do get it. I actually dated a guy who looked like him. I won't call him out, but
Stop it. Do call him out. I want to know.
no, I can't.
Okay, fine.
But he. All right, it's Johnny Mosley, the skier. Kind of looks like
You
Tom Cruise. to me.
nice. He kind of does.
But he kind of does. But I mean, super cute.
Yeah.
Definitely. But not like the type that I
he
like.
doesn't have the jawline that Tom Cruise had in that.
No, but Tom Cruise too. I mean, it's that kind of
And it's
like
that
I would kick him out of
bad
bed for eating
boy.
crackers. Like it's like the pep, like not cute enough in my book. Like not like drop everything, leave my husband.
I wouldn't kick him out of bed for eating crackers.
Yeah, you know how they get the cracker? They get crumbs in the bed.
I have never heard.
Oh,
this.
that's an old-fashioned saying. Maybe it's maybe it's a Yankee thing.
That is definitely not a Southern thing, but it's hilarious.
I wouldn't kick him out of bed for eating crackers. That's what you're supposed to say. So I would kick him out of bed for eating crackers. But so Maverick, I am super
So
excited
what about? Okay, so Val Kilmer was hot in that movie too.
Val Kilmer was very hot. That's more my style. Like
Really?
big bad boy, yeah.
See, no. If we're being completely honest,
Goose.
according to my real life standards, Goose is my guy.
Goose. I would agree, Goose, because I would like I like that body type, that lanky, skinny kind of guy.
How about in the new movie though? Goose's son is learning from Tom Cruise.
No.
Yes,
That makes so much sense. They have to bring Goose into it somehow. Goose is the most beloved part. It's like, I mean, Goose dying is like Bambi's mom. Like,
my
it's just
gosh.
like one of those iconic
Traumatizing.
movie deaths.
I think it was one of the first times as a child.
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Top Gun.
I think it's one of the first times in my life, like as a child, that I actually had to like learn about death and like understand. And I remember after I realized, I mean, which was probably like the 5th or 6th time I actually saw the movie, that he died. Oh, now I cannot watch it without
And they had to pull the chutes.
incredible tears.
Yeah.
And the wife though,
Oh my gosh, Meg Ryan.
I know, but when she's in that room with Maverick after he's gone,
funeral.
and she's just bawling her eyes out,
Yeah.
and she's like, "He loved you," and like,
Oh, yeah.
oh my,
Yeah,
I
she was
can't.
great. Kelly McGillis, hot, right?
Oh,
all the men
hot.
love her.
Yes,
Meg Ryan's
I
my
have
jam.
her hair now.
Oh yeah, look at you. And I've got the bangs. I'm swooping them to the side
Bringing
today.
'em
I'm
back,
trying to move them to
baby.
the side, let them grow out. But,
Oh, yeah.
What else? Oh my gosh, I'm
You
excited
lost
about.
That love and feel. They've got to have a musical number again.
Well, they've got to have an amazing soundtrack, but it's got to be current, not 80s, so it's not going to be as iconic.
Highway to the
But wait, so
what other songs are in that?
what else is coming out this summer? What else
so
did we
much.
say is coming out? Jurassic Park Dominion. My kids have been counting the years. It has been forever since one has come out, and literally Tucker is like, checks every once in a while. We watch the trailer once in a while. Like,
It's time.
I mean, he is all about, and I am all about Jurassic Park. I
Riker
love those movies.
Wants to see the first one. I've not allowed him to watch it yet.
Oh,
so
T-Rex is kind of
sensitive.
terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the bathroom,
Maybe
the eating.
skip the part of the truck flipping over and the T-Rex terrorizing all of them. Maybe skip that part and And don't show it eating the goat
I don't know. Well,
or the cow.
I feel like
the goat.
I think
It eats the goat. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of feel like that's a pivotal moment, though. Like, you have to have a healthy fear of the dinosaur. You have to see it eat the person and the goat. So,
Yeah, but the kids are hanging off.
and
the edge
we're
of
all
the wall
traumatized, and we're fine.
Okay.
He'll be all right.
All right. Oh, I love that. This is you standing up for Riker to toughen him up a bit.
I feel like he maybe he's not there just yet, but I think he'll be there soon.
I just think you could skip that part and get to the rest of it. And so the little like what are those? The things that kill Newman. What's his name?
Is it a raptor?
No, it's a well, the raptors come out, but it's the Dilophosaurus.
Dilophosaurus.
The little I should get Tucker in here. He can do all the sound effects. It's insane. He can make a T-Rex sound. Yeah, the wings come out and they spray the stuff in your face.
Oh yeah, but the weird spit.
Is that weird on a podcast to do that sound effect?
We're gonna get a lot of ASMR fans in here.
Yeah, but I'm excited about that one. And I'm so excited because at the end of the summer, is going to be the new Game of Thrones, the House of Dragons. I need you to find 80 hours to watch this show.
I'm gonna need like at least 160 hours of therapy before I can deal with this.
You'll be okay. The sex is not any. It's a little more raw than Bridgerton, maybe, but it's a little bit rougher.
Right?
Only in the beginning. Yes, they do behead a lot of people, but if they don't, how do you know they're dead? I mean,
well, there's a thing called a pulse. There's that.
But we as an audience need to know that person is dead, so you have to put their head on a pike. I mean, it's just what you have to do. Like that's what I like. The idea that nobody's safe. That's what I love about Game of Thrones. And I cannot, you have to watch, or I got to get somebody on here. We got to do a Game of Thrones episode because it is obsessive.
Can I get an edited version of Game of Thrones?
I'm drinking, this is my Game of Thrones mug that I'm literally drinking my matcha latte out of. And I mean, this is lessons I learned from watching Game of Thrones. I mean, you can't even understand any of these. Like, chaos is a ladder. I actually don't remember what that is. The lone wolf dies, but the pack survives. Or death is the enemy. Or what we don't know is usually what gets us killed. Or heroes do stupid things and they die. Like, there's some sayings in here you need to know. Anyone can be killed. Literally, that is the
anyone can be killed.
If there's a line that explains Game of Thrones, it's anyone can be killed.
Well, what if you don't like killing? I feel like that's not the show for you.
A girl must become no one. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground. There's I drink and I know things, which is probably the most famous of all the sayings. I mean, you have to get into the Game of Thrones because House of Dragons is coming and it's going to be so good.
I will get Logan to.
It is your jam if you take the violence and sex out of it, which then you have no show.
Which is everything, right? I will see if I can figure out how to watch it. If I watch it with Logan, usually
maybe I'll watch it with you.
Cover your eyes or go in the other room for a minute and then I can come back and just do the story.
Maybe I'll watch an episode ahead of you and help you decide what time.
If you tell me before I see it, then I'll be anticipating it and I'll be able to know, okay, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
Fast forward.
And you can close your eyes for the violence part but what I like about it is it's very Braveheart. It's very, they show the battle, they show the fights, they show it in depth. So it's not, they don't gloss over it like there's a war. Oh, these guys died. Okay. It's like they really show. I like that because I always watch it from a filmmaker's perspective too of like, how did they cut that guy's leg off? How did they slit her throat like that? How did they,
Oh, see, my brain would be like, ew, no.
Oh no, I'm watching it like, how did
and
they
then it would
do
come
that?
up again every time I closed my eyes for like 4 months.
No, I watched the actor like, are her eyeballs rolling back in her head properly, or is he dying?
Is there a proper?
Well, you got to look dead, right? I mean, if somebody dies, you don't want to see their eyeballs moving.
Can you demonstrate, Madam Director?
Yes, here. So you're supposed to look out the periphery of your, because I just played dead for the first time. You have to look out the periphery of your eye. So if you look at me, but actually focus on what's around me, don't look right at, like your eyeballs are facing me, but you're looking all around me. Yeah, then you feel dead. Everyone practice at home.
Did it work?
All right, well, on that topic, let's bring on our hilariously funny guest. This was, I almost didn't want to write an intro for her because I just know her so well.
I'm excited though. I feel like I might meet my new best friend today.
I think you will. You guys are definitely people. So I barely needed to write a paper introduction because I have firsthand witnessed a big portion of her career and her life. She was born in Quebec. She has a great pride for the Great White North, but is more of a New Yorker in my mind because she's lived there since 1986 with a few years in LA here and there. And that's how we're getting her right now because she's in LA. Right now. Caroline started her career on stage doing stand-up. She had 3 of her own specials on HBO, Showtime, and Bravo. She entered into the TV world with Jeremy Piven in Pride and Joy, and soon after won the part of Aunt Hilda on a show with a teenage witch.
Aww.
You might have heard of it. During production on Sabrina, she would often take part in any game show that would have her. She liked Celebrity Poker, Match Game, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, recently Wheel of Fortune, and was a regular in Hollywood Squares where she would drag me along sometimes for the fun. She loved her Hollywood Squares. She was in movies Christmas with the Cranks. A lot of this was during our time on Sabrina. She did the movie Christmas with the Cranks. She was in Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, she might have some things to say about that. She had some interesting experiences on that, I think. After Sabrina, she did not stop. This Aries girl, she's very much into, all she's going to do is ask you your sign.
Okay.
Like, first thing she'll probably ask
It'll
you
probably
your
be
sign.
super obvious to her.
She, I bet it will be. She is all about signs. She always likes to keep busy with her recurring characters in Sweet Life and Zack and Cody, the voice of Linda Flynn Fletcher on Phineas and Ferb, and most recently as Grandma Judy on Sydney to the Max, all on Disney, by the way. All those shows are on Disney. She's enjoyed playing host to many shows, her own talk show, Caroline and Friends. She also hosted The Biggest Loser. She is now having fun in the Christmas genre. She did Christmas in Tennessee, The Christmas Consultant, and most recently, she's very proud of this, she did Mrs. Miracle Christmas, where she revived a role originally played by the amazing Doris Roberts. She also appeared recently on The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina with Beth Broderick, who was AKA Aunt Zelda. So they got to be on that show.
Yes.
And Caroline has a bevy of stories for us, and I'm sure some funny memories from our days together on the set. And here she is to spill all the magical beans. Let's bring in Caroline Rhea.
So, Melissa, I'm so
Yeah.
excited for you. You've been really working hard on getting your immune system up and going really well and getting your body in shape. What's your secret weapon now?
Well, I've been using AG1. Do you know AG1?
I have heard of this.
It's made by Athletic Greens. It's great. It tastes great. You do a scoop. Oh, no, because I know those veggie things can be not so tasty. This one is pretty yum.
What do
You
you
like
do?
put a scoop in your water in the morning and it, oh my gosh, it helps in so many ways.
So tell me what it's doing for you.
So with one scoop of AG1, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food sourced superfoods, probiotics, all kinds of good stuff, right? It's
Oh.
lifestyle friendly. You can eat it when you're keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free, all the things.
So it's good for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it costs less than $3 a day. So you're investing in your health and it's cheaper than that cold brew habit.
And I love this. They're sustainable too. For every purchase, they donate to organizations helping to get nutritious food to kids in need, including No Kid Hungry here in the U.S.
That's
and
amazing.
Yeah, they do like climate neutral, certified, all that good stuff.
That is amazing. So right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills or supplements to look out for your health.
Yeah, and to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/WWB.
Again, that's athleticgreens.com/WWB to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.
Thank you, Athletic Greens, for supporting What Women Binge. So, Caroline, thank you for
Thank
being
you, Melissa.
here.
I love your bangs. They're super cute.
Oh, thank you. I don't know. I'm working on. They're a work in progress. We'll see. I'm swooping
They're
them
cute.
today.
I'm going to start getting ready. I'm going to start getting them. So then when I get a huge facelift, it won't be that I suddenly have bangs. You know, people get facelifts and suddenly they have like curtain bangs. You're like, I'm going to have the facelift after the bangs.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
a good plan.
I don't want to just get a
for it.
facelift. I want to do a handstand and get a staple gun. That's what I want to do.
Oh, that's
I want everything returned.
a nice tight ponytail.
Yeah.
Will always help. It pulls it back
On
a little
your back.
bit. Right?
Now they have Now they have those stickers. Have you seen the tape?
Oh my God, I've worn them.
Oh, that's not new. That's old school.
No,
though. That's
I've worn them in movies, and one side falls out, and it's like you have Bell's palsy in one scene, and you don't in the other, and you're like, oh boy, yeah, you're like,
Didn't all the
trying to
old,
match them.
Isn't the old timey actresses used to use them, and then they put a. But even like
did
the
you
newer
just say old timey directly
old-timey,
after I said I
the
used them?
old-timey
I still am older than you.
No, I mean the actors like back in the days,
Yeah.
the 60s, 70s. Didn't they use the tape and then they put the wigs on over
It's
it?
like the 40s and 50s. That's what they did.
Oh,
yeah.
earlier than that. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
so the tape is not new. It's just new to me.
Yes.
Via Instagram. I mean, some
And then
of
you need a
us-
wig.
Instagram, they make it look like it literally will. I don't believe it. I don't think any tape is that strong. I don't know.
No. Well, it helps just we just need a slight bit.
Oh no. Like I went to one guy and he's like, you just need you're like a linen shirt that needs a fine ironing. I was like,
Oh, thank you.
And then I'm not kidding you, when I called him, his receptionist said, what part of your face do you hate the most? And I was like, wow, that's not, could I just talk to the doctor? And then she said, well, what part of your body do you hate the most? I'm like, well, right now my eyes and my ears, because I can hear and see you. That would be it.
Good answer. Wait, there was speaking of old timey actresses, who was remember that funny story about me meeting?
Oh my God, Melissa. I can't even think of it.
What did I
Lauren
do?
Bacall.
Lauren Bacall, and I embarrassed
Oh,
myself.
What did you say?
Caroline was there.
She was with, it was Lauren Bacall and Sam Roberts. Lauren Bacall, the most famous and
Most beautiful.
Melissa's like, weren't you in like a pilot? You were supposed to pay my grandmother for a CBS pilot. And I was like, no, we don't say that to Lauren Bacall.
That's what I knew. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
she's
And
the
I'm
woman
like,
that was
giant
supposed to be in the show with me.
Yeah, like the big shepherd's hook, like.
Yeah, I don't think you got the part. I think it ended even that badly. And she just looked at me. She looked at you like, despair. Yeah. Yeah, that was bad.
That's so funny. I don't think of it that way. I was like, I would totally ask that again if I was to see her ever. Obviously she's passed away,
Right.
But
Well, if you see
I
her in
was
heaven,
to
don't open
happen
with
to run
that.
into her,
It'd be
I
very
would
bad
probably
luck.
say that again. Like, weren't we supposed to work together? Because I guess I thought that was a fun thing for me, obviously, to have Lauren Bacall. Whatever. Caroline.
I immediately knew that your co-host was a Taurus.
Yeah, that was kind of uncanny.
I guessed in 1 second.
Like, before we even started rolling, she knew
I barely said anything.
you a Taurus.
Melissa and I almost got into a fight because there were 3 different types of Aries. We're both Aries, and she's like Aries 1, and I'm like Aries 3 or something. And we're like,
She got really mad when she figured out that I was Aries 3, and then I said something about, like, because I looked it up. No, I think I'm Aries 3 because I'm later than you.
yeah.
So my 3,
I'm
I don't know,
Aries,
something
whatever.
like that.
It was some
But there was
Aries
the
thing.
personality things that were in there or something. She didn't like mine, or she didn't agree with it, or whatever. But you were wondering which one of us is
How
more
did you
bossy.
know?
Yeah, which one of you is bossier? I can guess. One
you
is much
guess,
more
I'll-
polite and less direct about their bossiness, but gets their way.
That's her.
Yeah.
It's
And
true.
one is just like,
But that's
"Give
also
me that."
Southern.
And the other one is, I'm going to explain why you want to give me that.
Exactly.
I need it. Yeah.
But is that not New York, Alabama? Like, I feel like
Yeah,
New York,
Southern.
Alabama thing a little bit too. Like, she does the bless your heart. Can I
Oh,
get
yeah.
that?
Which means
I'm
go to
really
hell.
good at
We know that. Yeah. That's code.
Well, it depends. There's bless your heart. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like I'm genuinely
Right.
concerned. And then there's bless your heart.
And then there's someone
I'm still
really
learning that.
unattractive walks by and you, oh, bless her heart.
oh, that we
like,
saw some
yikes,
of that.
she is never going to find
We've seen it.
anybody.
We've seen
Yeah.
some of that here.
So you're
Yeah.
from the Bible Belt?
Yes, I'm from Alabama.
Wow. Okay. And you're
And my husband is
and your
too.
husband's from Alabama,
Yeah, so
too.
we got that in common.
She has a type. It's Southern.
type. This is my female
Bible
type.
Belt man woman Sikhs. Aries Sikhs.
Six Yankee New York
and
Aries.
it's funny because you're such an East Coast girl.
Me.
Yeah.
I like my coast.
There's always someone coming up to me and saying, yeah, I'm Melissa Joan Hart's cousins from Sayville who they lived in. I'm like, okay, all right. What town were you from?
Sayville.
It is Sayville. Okay.
Yeah.
But where
Yeah.
does your dad have the lobster bill?
My dad had his lobster company in Sayville.
It was Sayville too.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are always. It appears to be the largest city on earth because I've met thousands
That's
of people. who
very
know you.
bizarre. Actually, at the Comic Con we did in the '90s con last time we saw each other, I saw a woman came up to me who's going to be my niece's teacher. Strangely, she teaches at the elementary school I went to, and my nieces are going to go there.
That's so weird. When I
Bizarre.
when I was there, this woman came up to me and said, "My niece bought your apartment in New York."
Oh,
And I was
That's
like,
pretty
"Oh."
cool.
You
Yeah.
say it like it wasn't for sale. It was.
no, okay, good.
It's okay.
No, I meant to sell it.
No, but
she
they-
didn't just like move in.
Did you have a bunch of
Grifter.
people come up to you too that have visited the Sabrina house? Because the Sabrina house,
When it was for sale, I got like 1,000 people sending me
Yeah.
that message. It's for sale, as if we wanted to buy it.
the Today Show tried to get me to go and shoot something out front of it, but I just couldn't do it the day that they had a crew there. Or
But it was
whatever.
just the outside, right?
Right.
Just the outside. The inside was obviously on the stage, but outside it's actually in New Jersey. So strangely,
You know
even
what
though
it is? Did you ever have like a huge love of your life in high school?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you think of it, and it's like a treasured memory in this little pod, right? Of like all the
she
dates
married
you
her
had.
high school.
I married
sweetheart, so
mine.
she's-
Wow, you really took it too far. Okay, most
I
people-
remember what you're talking about.
but it's that feeling. Like I think of that house, and I look at that set, and I see us. Well, now we're different humans.
We've moved
adults,
on.
right?
Yeah.
But in this little bubble of the world, it was this little magic thing that happened. It's really weird. And then when you see the house, and when you see how many people are still somehow moved or connected to it,
Yeah.
we're very lucky.
Very
Are.
lucky. Very lucky.
I love that you guys do the cons and you get to connect with your
I only realized it stood for convention. I thought we were robbing people. I had no idea. I didn't know what Comic Con stood for. I'm not kidding. I thought it was season 4. I understood why we were called Spellman. I thought we were Jewish. I had no idea. No idea. I'm not kidding. I missed some of the major puns.
We did. Sometimes we'd be on set. We'd be like, oh, we get, okay.
No, I'd be the last one to get them, which is ironic.
Will you tell her the story about the cat? Like my favorite story is like how you would react when so, you know, we had live cats, we had animatronic cats, but the real cats.
There were like 6 real cats. Right?
Oh, maybe even more. There was like at any given time, there was like 9 to 12 on set or something like that. Because cats get full. You know, you have pets, and they don't want to behave anymore once they're full. Whereas dogs will eat and eat and eat.
And they don't want to behave either. Yeah. But they'll just continue.
Cats don't want to be people pleasers. They don't care. But so you have to have lots of them so you can keep doing the tricks. And each one is for a different trick. One of them was like young and would fight with the ball of yarn, and one would like sit nice, and one was nice to be held. And but the trainer had like spoons, long spoons, little spoons that would have a little bit of tuna fish on the end and have a little buzzer on them. So
so it would happen. But then as soon as they would smell the tuna, and then the spoon would be pulled away, so it looked like they were going, like, wait for my, you know what I mean?
They would put it above the camera so the cat would look up there or look over there and move their look around.
Well, after about the first episode, I was fully trained.
She was constantly looking
every time it
beeping.
Beeping? Or if like the cat and I were like, I didn't quite move my mouth, but literally I was like.
Or when Nick Bakay would talk,
I would
who
look
played the
directly
cat,
at him off screen.
He would look at the cat. She would look at Nick instead of the cat. It was hilarious.
Now, she makes fun of me because I identify as a witch. That's who that character is. When there was a second Aunt Hilda, I was like, oh no, 2.0. And they made them demonic. And then when Beth and I appeared on that show,
Chilling Adventures.
Yeah, the Chilling Adventures. You don't always read the directions, the stage directions.
As an actor, you kind of skip them a little bit.
Why?
Because
the old joke, like my line.
Yeah,
blah blah.
You either are focusing so hard on what your lines are that you don't focus on the other things, or when you're reading, you're trying to hurry through it. Or I think for me, it's a lot of like, I don't want to be told what to do. Let me read it and I'll tell you what I want to do.
It needs to be your idea.
It's very hard once you start directing to be in a show as an actress and not direct. It's like, I literally, and I felt so bad because I said to Lacey, I go, if you don't slow down, you're going to lose your joke. Somebody has to tell you, you can't hear the joke and they're going over it. It's such a great joke.
What was this, a pilot you just did?
Yeah, I just did the Lopez versus Lopez, Mayan Lopez and George Lopez.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it was with Lacey from iCarly.
Yeah, she was adorable.
Who I worked with, who taught me about WikiFeet. And so I learned that a lot of our fans from the podcast come from WikiFeet. Yeah. Because I don't know, apparently.
Why? Are you advertising on WikiFeet?
No.
I
don't know. Maybe because I'm barefoot. Actually, I should put my socks on. We have our fuzzies. Do you want fuzzy socks?
I do, but I broke my toe, so I'm just going to hold them. But thank you. I'm just going to hold them.
The purple hearts. I love it.
Here, do you want them? No, I'm going to take. Be a good human.
Little pinkies.
They're super cute.
But yeah, so Lacey, it's funny. I was on the set of iCarly and we had to do a joke about her feet. And she wanted to have a foot double because she didn't like her feet. But then she was like, well, because, you know, on WikiFeet, you get rated. And I was like, I'm sorry.
What's your rating?
I thought she was joking. Like, I thought Wikipedia, I'm like, is that a joke? And then she goes, oh, no, let's look at your rating. And I have like a 4.99 or something like that. And she was like, oh my gosh, look at your rating. And I was like, wait, is this a real thing? So she taught you about this a few weeks ago?
No, I literally told her, if you ever tell me my WikiFeet rating, I will never speak to you again.
I had no idea.
It should at least be pornographic and be like a man site. But no, it's actual feet. But
it's so weird.
No, never.
Weird?
My second toe is longer than my arm. Like, there's not a chance I would ever be on it. 8 of my toes get pedicures, 2 get manicures. My feet are not ever going to make any kind of sexy site.
Oh my gosh.
I could like pick up a pencil and write a note to you right now. It's prehensile. There's not a chance. And I broke my toe.
Okay, hang on. I got to look this up.
And you broke your toe. And you hit your head on the garage today.
I hit my head on the garage today. I broke my toe. I'm having that's very Aries to hit our heads. You know that, right?
I'm not going to tell either of you what your current rating. Well, no.
Don't look. I just said
you can look at mine. You can look at mine.
No, what a terrible hostess. I've just said no, and then she went ahead and did it.
She's being sassy.
Okay, wow. I won't. Oh, Melissa, you're 5 out of 5 stars currently.
I am? Oh, my feet are so low.
Hey, seriously, I'm like 2 out of 10 toes, so do not even.
I'm not going to look.
Don't look.
I mean, I'm going to look, but I'm not going to tell you.
Oh my God, you know what? Here I am. I've got some pictures of you from childhood. I'm just going to pull them up on my phone.
Here's your bum.
Oh, here you are. Awkward years. Yeah, Here's before you figured out your hair. Okay, here we go.
Okay, to come up. You've been saved by the wiki gods.
I know I have some questions for you, Caroline. Hold on.
I'm going to take geography for 100. You know, I actually play. You asked what the app was that I. Yeah.
Well, I did talk about your game show days, but one thing I had a question about. So I actually Googled you.
Jesus, Melissa.
I did, just to do your little intro. And
why on earth would you Google me?
I learned your middle name. I did not know your middle name. Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
Gilchrist.
It's Gaelic for flower of God.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's very
And
Irish.
when I was little, I wanted to be a serious dramatic actress who starred in like St. Joan.
Oh.
Yes, George Bernard Shaw's St. Joan. That's who I wanted to play. And I was going to be Gilchrist Ray. That was going to be my name.
Oh,
That's a great stage
What a
name.
great name.
I know. But then I went, and when I would audition for something very serious, like I remember auditioning for Troilus and Cressida, and the director said, "That was hilarious. Thank you so much for coming in." I'm like, "It was hilarious." I did a Shakespearean monologue. The iambic pentameter was quite tricky. It was hilarious.
Is that when you...
Dumpty, 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 dumpty.
Oh my gosh. Is that when you realized you wanted to be in... Like, what was the push into stand-up?
You know what's really funny? The first part I ever really got in a movie was in Meatballs 3, because there was so much more of the
That was
story
my
left
next
to be
question.
told in 1 and 2. Like, whatever happened to nothing? Yeah, and Patrick Dempsey was the star of it.
Oh, yeah.
And he's now my neighbor, which I find hilarious in Maine.
And so handsome.
So handsome. And so my friend was the casting associate, and he got me the audition. And it was so horrible. The guy was literally on the phone the whole time, and it was disgusting. But then when I did my callback, I saw the notes that he had made, this guy. I'm not kidding. If I say, are you allowed to say words on here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So literally this is what the guy wrote. I'm not kidding. This is every person. Great tits, great ass, okay tits, okay ass, okay tits, great ass, all the way down. Okay? And then it was my name, and it said, funny, really funny.
But you also have great tits.
I know, it's funny too, for God's sake. I mean, if you're not going to you're not going to get called out then. You know?
Do we just say that this was a different time and let it slide?
Can you believe
or-
that?
Yeah,
though? Yeah.
right?
Can-
Yeah.
can-
No, but that's, I mean,
that
what's,
sheet.
what's the Broadway show? Tits and ass.
Chorus line.
Yes. I
Did it?
was going to say Chicago. Yes. Chorus line. And that's what it's all about. Like that's what, that's what women were supposed to look like in order to make it
Ew.
anywhere in the entertainment industry.
Head hurts.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My garage door dropping.
Got a garage door falling on your head. Oh my gosh, it's like a witch thing, like a house falling on you.
Yes.
See, more
Maybe
witchy
you are
stuff.
a witch.
I am.
Cows fell on me. Oh my God, she denies the witchiness at all times. She's just like, Caroline.
I don't deny
not
it.
my
Found the
aunt, and not
reboot.
your niece. I'm like, whatever, Sabrina.
No, it's
Go
funny.
through a mood.
She takes it very. She'll be like, "Hey, it's your auntie." I'm like, "You're not really my aunt," but like, I love, and I do call you. Sometimes I'll say auntie, but like,
No, you almost
she
every
keeps it-
time you call her.
she's
my
always
auntie.
in character for 26 years, and I love it.
I always
Still in
said-
character.
No, the only difference.
Have you talked to
was
the cat?
Hair and
Where's
makeup.
Harvey? You still call Nate Harvey?
Yeah, I do call him Harvey. And by the way, there was almost a Libby Kinkle moment when we were at 90s Gone. I was like, I thought they were both leaving at the same time. So I called him Libby Kinkle. And she was so mad at me. She's like, Caroline. I was like, okay.
She's like, I would never.
I would never.
No, we all already.
Harvey's hilarious. I can't call
Nate
him
is very.
Nate's a stupid name, but Harvey
Nate,
is.
I love the name Nate. See, now I think the opposite, but okay. Nate's a cutie. He's a
I'm
sweetheart.
not gonna make it out of this with any makeup.
No.
Whew.
So what's your
1,000
favorite
degrees. Should
memory?
we set the thermometer at menopause? Like, whoa. So hot in here. Good Lord. They all have facial hair by the time the interview's over.
Okay, so tell us what was your favorite episode?
I only have a couple more minutes of consciousness between
I've
the
got
heat
you.
and the garage door.
We'll open a
And
window.
the concussion.
and the concussion. I'm going to be out like a light. Tell me what?
What's your favorite episode?
Of Sabrina?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I just saw that episode with the comedy belt. That was pretty funny.
What's that? I don't remember that.
Oh my God.
Oh, jeez.
I couldn't stop telling jokes. That was a comedy belt, a joke belt.
Did I wear it?
No, I wore it.
So only you wore it. It wasn't something that got passed around? That's probably why I don't
I do
remember.
understand. You've done 7 to 8
Well, if I was
thousand
in the
episodes
scene,
of
I have no
television.
clue because I never watched them back.
We never watched them. I do like, I like the one when I was dressed up as a man and I had to fight Martin Mull.
We all did, man. We all became men, didn't we?
Don't you remember? And we were
Yes.
like, and Beth was super hot, and we were both like, "This is weird."
I look like
He's
my
such a
brother.
hot guy.
The weirdest thing is I look like my brother.
You look like your brother. I looked like I didn't.
You didn't translate well.
Oh my god, it was hilarious. You have to see it. And plus, I took out my revenge on Brett Butler, so I did my character as that.
Oh.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. No,
Yeah, you did. I remember that. Now I remember.
Hey, Mr. Kraft.
That's kind of what I
Oh my
sound like.
gosh.
My voice. Is
You know, yours is sexy and raspy. Yes. Wait, I still haven't heard how did you start in stand up? Did you say?
I started, well, it's what I always wanted to do from the time I was 7 years old. I used to watch The Tonight Show when I was 7, and I knew what the punchline was going to be. I always knew what they were going to say.
Really?
Yep. And I was like, I want to be him. And then I would watch the Carol Burnett show. I'm like, I want to be her. And then I would watch Maude, and I wanted to be her, be Arthur. And then I was like, I want to be all those people, and then figure that out.
Oh,
And
wow.
you did.
Yeah. I wanted to I was most affected by Norman Lear's shows. And then I ended up meeting him. That's a weird thing in life when something's meant so much to you as a kid. And then, like, Shirley Jones played our mother. She was Mrs. Partridge.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
I mean, she was in, like, that was my obsessive show.
She was on our show too.
She's our mother.
We
You
had
don't remember
such-
that?
so my
Oh, no, she's
grandmother?
your grandmother.
Crazy.
Allie Mills is your mother, and Shirley
Yes.
Jones was my mother. Yeah.
Such a crazy, weird. The whole like the amount of we were recapping this at the '90s con. The amount of amazing guest stars we had, and how we all have different favorites and
Melissa
stuff.
has
but
no memory of dancing with Dick Van Dyke.
I know.
No
We've talked
memory.
about this.
I say it all the time because it's the weirdest thing.
It's
Like it makes
bizarre
me
that you
sad
don't.
that I don't remember.
Well, you were working very hard and you were very young.
I know, but we've talked about some of this with actors,
There are men
with
that
other
you-
actors
that-
on our show, and trying to remember like how short-term memory kind of overtakes the long-term memory stuff, and how as actors we have to remember our blocking and our lines, and we have to like keep this short-term memory sharp and shove things out quickly. And I wonder if like trying to remember the tap routine, trying to remember the lines, you know, and then make a quick impression on him, but then he's out the door, and like I wonder if like it just was all short-term and it just got flushed
Yeah.
with along with the dance and the lines and all that.
May I remind you of 3 children? Okay, your memory has been deleted 3 separate times.
Yeah, it's
you have
true.
memory of anything.
I blame
That's
them
very
for a
good.
lot, actually.
Yeah.
I do blame them for a lot.
That little one is so damn cute. Oh my
Oh,
god,
he is such trouble.
He is so cute.
He's
You know,
so charming.
a friend of mine has twins, and she calls one of them. Oh, you do? She calls one of them 99 because he's 99% of the work. And they were explaining the facts of life to them when they were like, I don't know, 11 or 12. And one of them said, I am never going to make my wife do that. And 99 said, I am.
Very nice.
What do you have? How old are they?
So I have a
Hers are
9-year-old
bitty.
son, and then I have 6-year-old twin girls.
Oh my God. So of course you fled to Los Angeles. You're like, how long can we stay?
No, they're amazing. They're kind of at a magical stage. Right
She's
now.
one of these parents that likes to be around her kid. Like
No, I
you.
love
You
being
love
around
to
my-
be around
I
your
My
love
kids
being
are
around my
fun.
Caroline's obsessed with her dog. Like
I'm quite obsessed with my
very,
daughter.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
adorable.
How old are, what day are they born, the twins?
November 12th.
Oh, wow.
So what are they, Caroline? What's that?
Scorpio twins. You're going to have a fun teenagehood. And what's the boy?
October 30th.
Oh, all Scorpios.
Yeah. So is my husband.
Water. No, I thought you just said your husband. Oh, no, that is your husband. You're all Scorpios.
Except for
Taurus.
me.
I will bet you $5 that you're Scorpio, rising, moon, or Venus.
I don't know what that means. Tell me what that means.
It just means it's the other planets in your chart. Otherwise, this whole thing will
Caroline's
become
like
about
a real life
astrology.
medium in a way.
Okay, so after this, you're going to explain this to me.
You know what's so
And she'll read
crazy?
your palm, too.
I met this guy. No, I met this guy the other day, and he's like, he's a Capricorn. All of a sudden, I was like, oh my God. I said, so I go, but the woman in your life is a Libra, but that's not your wife, right? And he like turned purple, and then he comes.
You called him out.
Like I didn't even know him, and I guessed it.
You're like a mentalist.
I am.
Ooh.
I'm a mentalist.
I heard that word last night. Is that not correct? Well, like you can read people's minds, right? Isn't
Yeah,
that what a
it's-
mentalist is?
Is that what it is?
I think so.
I think a mentalist could just people.
I think it's an illusion, though,
But
right?
I mean, a mentalist, like,
Intuitive.
yeah, you're intuitive
Yeah,
to their
she's
sign.
But this one, I full
A
on looked
mentalist
at him
is
and I
like-
was like, oh, I said, and
You're
then
mental. We know that.
that's what I thought you were saying. I was like,
You're
a
mental.
kind host.
Wait, I want to ask you real quick before we get into what you're into.
Yes.
I want to ask you about this. I know that you're very proud of these movies, the Mrs. Miracle Christmas
Yes.
movies that you took over from Doris Roberts. Can
know,
you
it's so
explain the whole
crazy.
series? I don't. really.
Debbie May Comber, I hope I'm saying her name right, has written, I think, 15 books. And Mrs. Miracle is an angel. And so she comes down to earth. And in the movie, in the books, it's much more like, I saw your grandmother in heaven. And this one is more like you have to figure out halfway through the movie that she's an angel. And you never actually know she's an angel. Some people figure it out and some people don't.
Okay.
And then, and she has a little daughter, Mercy, who's also an angel.
Oh.
And so together they are assigned different people to sort of fix their lives. It's such a sweet show.
And how many did Doris do? Was there one and you?
No, I think Doris did. I think she might have done 3 or 4.
Okay.
And then, but what's so crazy is, first of all, Doris was my like beloved friend. My father was. She and my father were like.
Oh, I didn't know that. You actually played Joey's grandma on Melissa and Joey.
Yeah, they loved each other, and
I love her.
I saw her in Toronto. I was making a movie, and she was making Mrs. Miracle.
Oh, really?
And so when they asked me this, but then it was kind of nerve-wracking because there are people who love her so much, and when you take over for somebody,
Yes.
But they made her a very different Mrs. Miracle, and I love Doris, so it's not like and so yeah, we just got another one ordered.
You did.
Congratulations.
Very excited.
Yay. I know that you love that. I know that you talked about it a lot at Christmas Con and 90s
Well, I got
Con.
called Mrs. Miracle as opposed to Hilda for the first time.
Oh,
Like when I
that's
walked in
fun.
the street, like, "Hey, Mrs. Miracle," I'm like, "Oh, it's
It's
ironic
nice,
because
yeah.
I identify as a witch, but okay."
But you also identify as
be
an
an
angel.
angel.
I identify as an angel. No, I loved it. It's such it's nice.
It is
doing all those.
It is nice. Like Amanda, you probably don't quite
Amanda
understand
is
it,
my
but like,
best friend's name, and she's May 2nd.
Also a Taurus.
but when you like when you're an actor, you want to, I always say this, right? You want to slip into other skins, you want to be other people. So to have someone recognize you for, like, I love right now that I'm getting recognized for Wheel of Fortune. I beat Caroline, but
Oh my God, I can't believe she brought it up. And she was so obvious about it, okay?
Just want to rub
She
it in.
casually, she's like, "Hey, how are you? How much money did you win on Wheel of Fortune?"
well, I saw she was
like-
on it and I couldn't say anything to anyone about mine, but I was dying to.
I said, "I heard there was $1 million winner," and she said some response, and I go, "You little brat, it was you." Like I knew it in 1 second that it was her, and she's like, "Gotta go." Yeah. I knew it. I knew
Well,
it.
'cause-
I love that she says she beat Caroline. We were not on the
No, we
same
were not on the
episode.
same
I
game.
know.
We were not
It
on the
was
same
just-
game.
You were on with Lake.
It was-
I just say that because
it
I
was-
like to be competitive with Caroline.
It's the most fun. I wish I
it
could
was
be on
super
it.
fun.
It was the most nerve-wracking.
Doesn't
too.
it go by so quick? Like, don't you feel like, well, you did so many game shows. You love the game show.
No, I know, but I also didn't get like literally it was like ear caught in the headlights, and I'm like, I literally was like, beer? Is it a beer caught in the headlight? Like, your brain doesn't work properly on it.
Did you play 2 rounds? You must have played 2 rounds, right? Everyone does. The first round, because I won the first round. The second round, everything seemed so much clearer to me. I was calm.
Yeah.
I was relaxed.
Well, you'd also won $1 million. How much
That's
better
the
was it
thing.
going to get?
I was like, I'm good. I don't need any more. And then, of course, everything was just very like crystal clear to me, and I was very like zen and relaxed. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
like the words are popping in my head. I'm like, oh, I see it.
Do you do Wordle?
I just started. I don't like word games until I
love
started.
word
Until
games.
see, I hate. I like numbers.
I love word games. And my daughter is so good at them. She gets them in 2. I'm like, what are you talking about? How did you get
You
to
know,
2?
it's hard.
I
I'm
used
usually
to
a 2 or 3.
You are?
And last week I had my first like 6, and I was like,
Mark and I have been doing a breakfast together because he loves word games, and this is the first time I've ever been into a word game besides the Wheel of Fortune app that I used before I went on the game.
Right.
And it's
Cheater.
not cheating. It's called being prepared.
I'm on
Caroline.
it too. I was kidding.
It's the first time I've like really been into a word game, and I like it, but I always throw the first 2 rounds of Wordle. I always go with irate, and then I go with lucky. That way I cross off a lot of letters.
Oh, that's good.
And that way I know if there's, what's
your
left
start
and
word?
whatnot.
Adieu.
Oh, you do adieu too? My mom does that one. That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Adieu. It's got lots
What
of
do you
them.
start with?
And then
House.
or heart.
House.
I try and knock out as many
Heart's
vowels
a
as
good
I
one.
can.
Yeah.
My husband did one yesterday, and I was like, what are you thinking? He was like, it was something like bears or something. It wasn't even that. He was like, what? I like to get rid of the B. I'm like, the B? Like, that's not a very popular letter. Like, what? What?
Dream is my other one, just so I can.
Sometimes I do hoard, but I think heart might be better.
Or is that what you said?
Hoard. Hoard.
Sometimes you do whore or
I did a movie where I played pedo.
God.
No, hoard. I played a hoarder in a movie, and I guess apparently while we were shooting the movie, the word of the day, the word of
It
the day
was.
was hoard.
Wait,
and I
has the
decided to
Hoarder
use it.
movie come out yet?
No, not yet.
When's that one
Soon.
coming
I
out?
think mid-June, so coming up. Oh, we have some questions we ask everybody that I gotta ask you. 'Cause I have a
120
feeling.
next.
I feel like you're gonna.
We haven't asked her what she binged yet.
What are you binging?
Well, I was trying to think about this, but like the nature of an Aries is to binge. We are very all or nothing people, right?
Yeah, it's kind of true. I
We
didn't realize
love
that.
doing like.
Is that an Aries
You've
trait?
seen my house. I have 10,000 paintings. Like there's,
Yes.
you know.
She's got one of the, well, you guys both love your artwork. You love your colors. You love
Right.
like dynamic things. And her staircase, like going up, is like just pictures,
Now I can't-
wallpapering, and it's beautiful.
Right, but now I've just done the entire guest house too. But
Oh,
now
I can't
looking,
wait. She let me
looking
stay
around
at
your
that
house,
recently.
I don't know how you survived in my house for a week because it's like the most subdued color.
This is not my usual style. This was something new for me. Just this house is very, very kind of gray and white. It's the first time I allowed myself to use white. Now my new house is in Nashville is like all white, but very grays and blues and white.
What's color inside though?
Yeah, I just also I'm not always here, so I don't like have a lot of stuff on the walls, and
Right.
I keep it a little neutral. But
I feel like I've been forced into a meditative state against my will. I'm like,
back to binging. So of course you
I'm
love
obsessed with
furniture
Killing
and
Eve.
artwork.
Killing Eve. That series.
Killing Eve.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about that because I
But I
don't know.
can't binge it because it's the final season. Oh my God, it's too hard to explain. You don't know it?
No,
You know
but
what's
go
really
ahead.
funny? The last
Writing it
show I
down.
really binged. It was the Vampire Diaries.
Oh, you do.
Oh,
You love all the
No,
fantasy
I
world.
don't. I am
don't
terrified of all those things. But Ian Somerhalder, or however you say his name, is the handsomest man on earth.
Oh,
with
yeah.
And what's his face? Paul Wellesley. Together they weigh maybe 94 pounds, but they are so adorable. And then I became obsessed. And your friend Candace was on it with them.
yes.
Oh,
That's
yes,
why I was like-
yes, of course.
That's the last show I binge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She's fabulous. in
she's
that
great.
show.
Candace is
Oh,
great.
she's so good.
Yeah.
And she plays Caroline.
Oh, see, and that's your whole thing, right? Line, not Lynn. Mm-hmm. Caroline, not Carolyn.
Carolyn would just be
I don't know.
an N, right?
It would be Amunder and Malisay. Like, it's not my name. When people are offended that I'm not pronounced, oh, yeah, it's so different. Yeah. and
Caroline.
That should be our next TikTok. It should just be her going, it's Caroline every time that says it's
But
not
she
my
just called
name.
you a Munder. And
Amunder. I mean, I'm for it.
Amunder, are you
I
a
always
TikToker?
wanted a more unique name anyway. Amanda.
Amunder is good. I like it.
Amunder's better than Amanda.
I like Amanda, but here's what was tricky. My best friend was Amanda, and then my other best friend's dog was Amanda. And one day they came in and said Amanda died, and everyone's like, oh my God, what happened? They're like, no, the dog died, not, yeah.
Oh, that's confusing.
Terrible.
Oh man.
All right, horrible story. You can clip that off too.
What else
Okay,
do you?
all right.
What else have you been? So okay, so you were doing Vampire Diaries, then you went on to
I binged
Killing
that.
Eve.
Yeah,
So
I
Killing
binged
Eve is
Killing
Sandra Oh.
My daughter, let me tell you what she's binging right now.
Okay.
Breaking Bad.
Oh, you know what? I think my
yeah.
son is too.
Yeah, way too young to be watching it.
She's
but-
15.
Yeah,
I
no,
think my-
she's 13.
Oh, okay. Because I think my 16-year-old just mentioned something about, well, because I said I think we should get rid of this certain streamer. He goes, no, Breaking Bad's on that. I'm like, you're watching Breaking Bad?
Yeah. Well, imagine this. She's watching it on her phone, but her phone is connected to the car. And so I just hear gunshots and people screaming and then a lot of Foley work of people running. And I'm like,
Bodies
I can't
being-
drive like this.
Oh my God.
It's terrifying.
Oh my
You know what I actually said as a mother? I wonder if you've ever said this. I said to her the other day, we were driving and I said, honey, turn off your music. I can't see.
Yes, I've said, especially in parking
said it. I
garages.
couldn't
I don't know
believe it. I
why.
meant it.
I get
If
it.
the music is loud in a parking garage, I'm like, I can't focus. I
Yeah.
can't see. I can't park.
Yeah, it's a
There's
weird
a
thing.
lot being a mother. It's really...
They eat your brain.
That's why our moms used to reach around and just slap us in the face when you're in the back seat. Like the hand would come out of nowhere. Whop.
my mom had tiny arms, so she never could reach us.
Oh my God. We were Canadian. My mother would never, not in a million
We
years.
would go, sorry, would you guys mind keeping
No,
that?
she'd say, I'm very disappointed. And you would be like, my mother disappointed. That would be it.
I'm discovering as that I'm that mom. I'm like, I'm super chill with my kids. Like I very rarely ever have to raise my voice. They're also very well behaved children, so it's not really
Mine are
an
not.
issue. But my kids, if I have to get like firm with them at all, I'll be like, "Ugh, please don't do that. It's like, did I disappoint you? And I'm like,
Oh,
what
that's
have I
so
done
good.
to you?
Oh,
Like,
just
do we
wait. Though.
already need
That-
therapy?
That
Like,
can be an age too. Like I feel like
Oh,
my
it's-
boys.
6 and 9. They're
it's
pretty
harder
good
on me.
still.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I would rather like, would you rather me scream at you? Like, what is happening?
My
yeah.
my oldest one was always very like afraid of disappointing me. And one of the things I said to him that really hurt his feelings when he was like 3 or 4 was I was like, you know what? You're not my best friend right now. And he was like, I'm not.
Oh,
Then it hurt so bad when he turned around on me like a year later and he was like, you're not my best friend right now. And I went, I'm your mother.
Oh.
Say that to me. But I was like, oh crap, I guess I say that to you. You're going to say that to me. And then the middle one could not have given a crap. He was the one, Brady was the one who always liked anything evil. He likes, he chooses Captain Hook over Peter Pan. And he would always choose the evil guy. Like Megamind is his favorite movie, which is about, the evil one kind of becoming the good guy. But he always associated with the bad guy he always wanted to be a pirate and he wanted to learn how to stab people. And
Yeah. Golden
was
is
always his
super
thing.
sympathetic for the villains. Like Ursula, she really related to Ursula in Little Mermaid.
See, I don't know that he related to them. He just idolized them in a weird way. He's not like that anymore now that he's 14. But he went through this phase, and it was so funny because there was one time when I came home
They
from
dropped
LA.
the churches.
There was one time when I came home from LA, and Mason had said something. I made them clean up the table. I said, bring your dishes over, guys, bring your dishes over right now. You're going to bed for the night. And Mason was like, whatever, why don't you go back to LA? And he was probably like 8, and I think Brady was like 6, or maybe a little bit younger than that. And they walk over and they bring their dishes and they're being really nasty. And he said, why don't you go back to LA? And I just fall to tears. Like I collapse on the floor, and Mark comes in. What happened? What did you guys say? And I went running upstairs crying, and I collapsed on the floor in the hallway. And he goes, you boys get your butts to bed. And they go walking upstairs, and Mason walks by me, and he's got this little face like, I'm so sorry. And then Brady walks by me and is like, you suck. Like he didn't say that, but that's the look on his face was like, ugh, you got us in
that's
trouble. How
heartbreaking.
dare you? So we have these questions we ask everybody.
Yes.
Okay. So what is your favorite movie genre?
Well, I was thinking about this. Anything that has Sandra Bullock and Russell Crowe. So what genre is
Sandra
that?
Bullock. We were.
I just
loved
loved Lost City. I loved it.
and-
Rom-coms. I loved it. I don't care. My daughter even liked it. She's adorable. She doesn't age, and I love her.
Wait, is Sandra Bullock? Is she in Hope Floats?
Yes.
I love that movie.
Yes.
Isn't that a great one?
Yes.
What's your go-to app for a long flight or a wait at the DMV?
I haven't been to the DMV for a long time.
was
You know
waiting
why?
for somebody
Because
to
the
say
woman
that.
recognized me from Sabrina and took me to the front of the line. Talk about that made the whole show worthwhile. I know. And there were like 300 people in
That
line.
didn't happen to me. I got in a fight with a woman about politics last time I was at the DMV.
That's because you have a bigger mouth than I do.
In what world? Hold on.
In what world? In every world.
I like playing Jeopardy online.
Okay.
Jeopardy app.
What TV villain do you love to hate?
I can't stand Sorry Ramirez on the new Sex and the City.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't stand that character. I don't know why.
But you don't love to. Do you love to hate her, or you hate to hate her? Like you really just want her gone?
I misunderstood the question.
No, it's okay.
Who do I love to hate?
But that's
Okay.
a good TV villain.
All right,
We
that's
haven't
it.
heard that one before.
Yeah, I find her.
Despicable.
No, I just don't. I don't like her with Miranda. I don't know why.
What's your favorite workout song?
Is there one with the lyrics, "It's over now"?
And yet you're dying to get out of here to go work out.
I am, but that's weightlifting.
Is there a TV show that you gave up on?
Yeah, I didn't watch Grey's Anatomy after Patrick Dempsey left.
Oh, I think I didn't either, actually. That might be when I gave up.
That was
I'm not
it.
Sure.
Yeah.
It took me a while. Once they killed George in the most horrendous way possible, and I was like, "Can someone send those writers some Prozac?" Because I literally I saw him, and it's been years, and that's the first thing I said to him. Like, "Thank God you're all right."
I grieved
I'm not
you.
kidding. I was like, I can't with that. No, it's too much.
What's a book you suggest everybody read once? Are you a big reader? I don't think I know this.
Yes, I go through phases. I go through phases where I will only read nonfiction, and then I will have to read fiction. I think the funniest book in the world. No, let me get that. I think The Loved One by Yves Lenoir. That's a
The
test
Loved
for
One?
me with men if they read that and they find it funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't know that one.
you'll
I'll check it out. What's it about?
read it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Everybody go read it. What is a TV show that you like to watch? Oh, as a couple. Is there a show you watch with
Don't even. All
Is
the men
there
I
a-
meet are Libras, and they're all born the same day. And I just got cast in a movie to play someone's wife, and his birthday is October 8th. And it's Daryl Hammond. And it's the second time in 2 months I've been asked to play his wife in a movie.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
But wait,
They're all
if
born
you have to do
October
it.
8th.
you're always dating Libras.
Yeah.
Does that mean you have a type and maybe we should avoid that type?
No, I'm not.
Keep
I'm not-
repeating.
I'm not at the avoiding phase yet.
Is history...
Still enjoying it.
Does history...
Never, ever, ever would I date a Cancer man again.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
He was a Cancer.
So that's
in many
crossed off
ways. He was
both
actually
ways.
a Taurus, but he was. It's a joke.
He was cancerous, but he's a Taurus. Got it.
Amunda's got it, but you did not.
Amunda.
Amunda.
What is a? Do you have a?
First of all, you are so hilarious. You're reading a notebook. You're doing it like this, and
I'm blind, Caroline. I've aged.
yes.
I've typed this out really, really small.
You have no idea how many typos I've made typing people. You have no idea.
Oh my gosh, it's gotten so much worse.
Thank you so much became thank you douche. That was a good one. I wanted to say, for some reason, I said with gratitude, and it autocorrected to with grandma. And I was like, oh, that's good. Not only are you younger than me, but I'm now referred to myself as grandma.
Every time I type and, it comes out abs.
Yeah.
Every time.
It did that to me for a while. You have to like reset it. I've decided I think I'm gonna start just like sending text through with whatever comes through, and you just got to figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apparently, I wrote the other day to someone about Duck Van Dyke, which was supposed to be Dick Van Dyke.
Well, that's good that you didn't.
From
get
now
the
on,
word
known as
wrong.
Duck Van Dyke. Is there a favorite radio station you have?
Nope.
No radio station
Nope.
you don't like? What do you listen to?
I
like,
never listened to the radio.
No music. No.
You want to know
radio?
something hilarious, which really made me feel 100 years old?
Okay.
Okay, so it happened 3 different times. I would go on the road, I would get in a car, I'd rent a car, and I'd be like, oh my God, I love this radio station. It plays all my favorite songs.
Oh, no.
And then I was like, all my favorite songs in the order that I love them, and there's no ads. 3 times it made me, until I realized it was my phone. 3 separate times. I was like, God, that's obscure that they would play this Canadian artist.
All these
know.
amazing songs that I love so much. Do you ever hear? Sometimes I hear like songs on the radio that mean something to me, and I'm like on my way to the airport, and I'm like, I bet I'm gonna die today.
Jesus.
No,
What?
am I the only one?
Yeah, darkness.
Where I'm like, well, everything's just falling into line. Is
Hello,
like,
darkness,
like a
my
last meal or a last, like that was a great meal. I saw all those people.
Darth Joan Hart.
I
Maybe we
listened to
don't want to
some
think about
songs.
that.
This is
I don't
my
know.
husband. This.
I'm almost
You
positive.
and Logan are on this page.
I swear.
I'm sure my fake eyelashes have melted into my face because how hot it is in here.
Oh no!
Oh my
Can we
God.
open that window next to you?
No, but you know what's very cooling? The wool socks on my
Put them on your hands.
That's really
You can throw them on the floor, Caroline. You don't have to hold them. It's okay.
okay.
I won't be offended.
Any other questions, officer?
Yes. Do you have a movie you've walked out on?
Yeah, there was a movie I walked out on. What was it? It was so bad. Oh my God. I took my daughter and her best friend to see Emma. Because when I grew up,
yeah.
like period pieces were like our favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Merchant Ivory movies with my mother. That was the greatest. And to see these 2 girls like
They were so bored.
so bored. They were like, Mommy, please, can we leave?
This is the recent one with
Yeah.
The blonde girl.
It's okay. I
Queen's
understand.
Gambit.
Yeah.
Oh, Anna Taylor-Joy. Oh, she did Emma? Oh, I was thinking it was the one a while back. Okay.
With Gwyneth Paltrow?
Was it Gwyneth? No, it
Oh
was,
my God. How many children do you
No, it was what's her name? Who did Pride and Prejudice?
You're
Wasn't it?
becoming my joke.
Oh, Keira Knightley?
No.
No, the older act, much older. Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson.
Oh my God.
She do
that-
Emma? No, she just did Pride
No.
and Prejudice.
About 200 years ago.
Okay.
But I'm glad that
That's
we're up
still
on the
recent
current news. This is
me.
called an evergreen. Do you
This is an evergreen.
remember the first Walkie? What was it? Walkie and Talkie. It was a fantastic movie. All
Walkie.
black and white.
The first color. A book you've read more than once.
100 Years of Solitude.
Oh. Okay.
So I've read like 500 Years of Solitude.
Have you read it 5 times?
I've read it a lot of times.
Is there a show you always liked to watch with Ava when she was little? Is there like a show that you liked to actually, if it was on, you would sit down and watch it with her?
Well, you're going to think I'm a sap, but we loved watching Sabrina together.
Oh, yeah.
That was the sweetest when she made the connection. She was like really little and she's like, is the mummy on TV the same as my mummy? And I was like, I know.
Aw.
And then the first time I ever showed her anything I'd ever done on television, I got to be in a Sesame Street video
Oh my goodness.
where I played Gilda the Great. And as my nephew pointed out, he's like, Gilda, like Hilda. And I was like, oh, didn't even make the connection. And so I'm like trying to explain to my daughter, who's like 2.5, like what mummy does. And I put on the video and she just runs up to the TV and I'm like, oh, and she puts her hands on it and she goes, Elmo!
So cute.
And then she called me Mummo for a long time.
Momo.
Mummo.
Oh, that's funny.
That's funny.
Well, I have to ask you, do you have your phone on you? Because we need to see how many unread emails are in your inbox.
I can tell you right now.
Okay.
Over 170,000.
So wait, you have 170,000 unread emails in your inbox?
Yeah.
So you are definitely Amanda's people because
I love you for this.
Yeah. I can't do it.
I can't.
I'm overwhelmed. Do you want
you.
You want to know the sexiest word in the world?
What's that?
Unsubscribe.
Yeah, I was gonna say
She
delete,
is-
but true.
She is on team unsubscribe, but who has the time to sit
It
there?
sounds
and
like
go,
you haven't
I know.
unsubscribed from anything.
No, I have. I just literally have to put your name in there now.
She
All right,
got
wait.
so mad at me because she was like, "You've got to fix this." I was like, "Okay." So I just went in and I hit mark all as red, and it was the most angry I've ever seen her.
I was like, you still have to unsubscribe, answer some of them, delete them.
No, I don't.
I was like,
How
you're
many do you
taking
have?
up 130 something probably, or maybe by now like 90. No, I think I cleared it out. It's now at like 92.
You are massively high functioning. Seriously.
Or crazy,
No. Well. Yes.
or like controlling. I know you would always say I'm controlling.
Yes. 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 Continue.
All right, so this or that,
Oh, this is your this or that.
Okay.
documentary or reality?
I'm ashamed. I'm gonna have to say reality because my daughter during like the pandemic, we watched The Circle.
It's so good.
It's so brain shrinking awful, but we couldn't stop.
Now, let me just put this out there because I feel like
That's what I feel at comedy
If
clubs
you
now.
were on The
when
Circle-
they throw in like the token old person, like the mother shows up
Imagine,
on The
though.
Circle. You're like, what? That's what I feel.
imagine the chaos you could cause if you went on The Circle
Okay.
and you catfished.
You are majorly repressed that this is something you've thought about. Why?
You haven't thought about? Oh, I think about this
Catfishing someone?
on The Circle. That's the whole game.
Yeah, I know. No, I would never want to be. Oh God, could you be on it?
I
How
don't know.
about Love Is
Amanda
Blind?
can't even watch
Oh.
Beauty and the Beast because
I-
the Beast
No, the
scares her.
worst one, 90 Day Fiance. That one will make you
it's
lose
so
your mind.
good.
This man has sent like $400,000 to a woman in Romania who won't
She's
return
never
his
gonna
call.
come.
She's never
Ever.
going to ever.
No.
Oh, he's so creepy too. Blah, blah, blah. And the little one that looks like a thumb.
Oh, why does he look
Little
like
one that looks like a thumb.
No, he
Oh,
really
he does. He
look
looks like a thumb from Spy Kids. He's just, ugh.
How do you look like a thumb?
Well,
You
really,
look him up.
he looks like a very hairy man's thumb.
Ugh,
really
Jesus.
weird.
Just when I
So
thought
the
it couldn't
backside
get
of the
worse.
thumb.
Okay.
Yeah,
Without a
the
nail.
furry side.
Weird.
There's a furry side to thumbs.
Nasty.
You'll never look at thumb hair.
No,
So
but I
much.
feel so much better about my toes right now.
Thumb hair.
Just a
Yeah, show us your
comparison.
toes just
the
to.
hairy side of the thumb.
Let's see your wiki feet.
You're never seeing my wiki feet ever.
I don't even have to ask this one: comedy or tragedy?
They're very close.
Yeah, they are.
They are. Wordle or Sudoku?
Wordle, I hate Sudoku.
Oh,
me too.
I love Sudoku.
Whiskey or cocktail?
Water or Diet
She doesn't
Coke? I
drink.
don't drink.
Perfect.
But I like where you guys are going with this.
Well, we're always. The question used to be wine or beer. We just had to mix it up.
Okay.
Had to change it up. Yeah. Elvis or the Beatles?
Elvis.
Surf or turf?
Surf.
Everybody says surf. That's so funny. I would think most people would like turf, but yeah, everybody
I have
says
never met a crustacean I didn't want to eat.
that's true.
I thought you were going to say Christian. I was like, what kind of a show is it? The thumb on the furry side up. I've never met a Christian I didn't want to eat. You seem so nice from Alabama.
That's our soundbite right there. Thanks, Caroline.
Great.
Oh my God.
I've never met a Christian.
I have never laughed so hard about it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Whew. All right. Movie theater or movie at home?
A movie theater. What's the? I mean, it's the greatest.
I agree.
Yeah.
So
It's the
happy going
popcorn.
back to movies. Popcorn. I cannot tell you the shortest amount of time is a piece of popcorn entering my mouth and being stuck in my back tooth. It's almost instantaneous. I don't know how it happens. It's like it's in that. I don't know how, but instantaneously.
There you go. Okay. This is the most controversial, and I already know your answer because you've already answered it. Pepsi or Coke?
You really have to work on your intros. We just talked about eating a Christian, and this is your most
It really is. She and I could go to blows over this conversation.
clearly Coke. I
Thank
don't even
you.
know how you can check.
I like Pepsi.
She thinks
Really? Who would you rather have, Brad Pitt or a tiny stuffed doll? I mean, those are the choices.
Pepsi's sweeter. I like the sweeter.
Oh God,
Coke's a little bitter.
Ew.
Coke
Okay,
is not-
wait. Red Vines or Twizzlers? Because you're Canadian, so I don't know.
They
but
both
you're
taste like plastic, and yet they're enjoyable. I don't know. It's like eating a sandal.
You're sort of you are Canadian. You're
I
sort
know.
of neutral in a way.
What would you rather
Except
have, Crocs or a piece of gum? It's the same thing. They all taste the same. They're all the same.
Oh, there's tears happening.
I have some questions for you two.
Okay.
They're mostly math and science.
Wait, there's one more.
Okay. 2 more. I'm sorry. Oh, indoor or outdoors?
For what?
Like at a restaurant, let's say. Like,
Oh, I thought you meant sex.
They give
I
you
don't know why.
Jeez.
I always prefer indoor.
Sex on the
I'm old fashioned that way.
sex on the beach or cake by the
Outdoor,
ocean.
so many mosquitoes. Pardon?
Sex on the beach or cake by the ocean. I'm just kidding. That's the same thing.
Kicked by the ocean?
Cake by the ocean. It's the song.
Oh.
Your daughter knows it.
Oh, she better not. Sex on the beach or cake by the ocean, Mom? What?
Ask her tonight and then text me what she says.
I've already terrified her. I told her she'd go on a date when she's 32. She's like, 32? 16, maybe. Start with a big number, then go down.
There you go.
Weights or cardio?
Jesus, what kind of strange questions are these?
She made them, not me.
Weights or cardio? Well, I love spinning,
Oh,
Okay,
we
so
do
that's
too.
cardio. So you go cardio.
but I love lifting weights, which I was not able to do today.
Okay. No, you can. You can go
No, it's
lift
fine.
some weights right now.
No. Yeah, I'm going to be lifting
that's our
weights
last
when I get out of this chair. That's all the
Well, you
weight
got
I'm
hit on the
lifting
head today too, by the way.
I was hit
That's
on
true.
the
You might
head.
not need to work
Maybe
out.
you don't need to work
It's
out
almost
today.
boiled to death. Like a prawn.
Oh my gosh.
We do love
Very
surf.
dramatic.
That's a really good, compassionate host. You're so dramatic.
So dramatic, Caroline.
Temperature was 120. It was very hot.
I have one more question I want to ask you. I remember you shooting Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey when we were about oh my gosh.
Yes.
What's the movie about? Jim Carrey plays
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman. What you had you loved being on that set, right? I mean, it was kind of
That was
crazy,
so crazy.
right?
Well, I had met Jim Carrey once. I was out to dinner with Ben Stiller and Jim Carrey and Laura Keitlinger and Janine Garofalo and Dana Gould.
Wow.
And I
That's a
remember
table
it.
to be
It was like 1991, and there was a beep of a truck going backwards. And I was with Andy Nelman, who started Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal, and he thought it was his beeper going off because that's how long ago it was, because his wife was in labor. So I have a really distinct memory of this night. And I was talking to him, and then many, many years later, I get cast to play Melanie Chartoff because when I did Comic Relief, which is a very strange, funny story that I did Comic Relief. One time, this is okay, I'm not going to be lifting weights today. I was sitting in first class, and when you first start flying in first class, it's very exciting. Mm-hmm. It's like everyone else is on a bus and you're on a plane.
I'm so excited because I don't let my kids fly first class. That means I have to fly coach.
Oh, wow.
I always fly coach.
You do?
I was in a middle seat on the way here. Anyway, go on.
Wow. People are going to think you have a gambling problem.
I'm very frugal. No, I'm saving my money for when I'm old.
Okay. There's nothing worse so when you walk into first class and there's like toddlers reading if you give a mouse a cookie on their iPad and you're like, can you please get to the back of the plane? This is torture. You're like, I'm in 37J. You have a good time. You can't even speak yet. You can't even ask for free nuts. Anyway, so I was sitting and Sigourney Weaver, you remember this? Sigourney Weaver was sitting next to me. And I was in the window seat. This is so long ago. This is when they had those crazy giant phones on the airplanes.
Oh, yeah.
Remember them? And there was a movie called The Ice Storm that Sigourney Weaver had been in.
Yes.
And my mom was in Montreal, and there had just been a terrible ice storm where the entire city had been completely shut down. And so I was sitting next to Sigourney Weaver, and I, of course, picked up the giant phone and called my sister, as I'm in her face looking like this with the giant phone. And I go, hi. She's like, why? What? I go, I'm just on the airplane. Why are you calling me from an airplane? That's so ridiculous. How's mommy? She goes, well, there was that terrible ice storm. And I go, exactly. And she goes, oh my God, you're sitting next to Sigourney Weaver?
She knew.
No way.
I swear to God.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's true sisterhood right there.
True.
Yeah.
She got it in 1 second. She would get wordled before it even started. So anyway, so I had this thing with Sigourney Weaver, which was funny, where I was trying to talk to her and she was very not interested in talking to me until I pathetically said, I do remember this part. They give you scalding hot cloths,
Yes.
face cloths in first class.
Oh,
I'd
those are
never,
nice.
ever been given that in my life. And everyone was like, it's like a hot cloth. And they're all I said, the very wealthy are made of asbestos because nobody felt the pain except for me. And they were like, yeah. And they're literally bathing themselves. And I was like, oh my God. It was so hot. It was hot in here. It was like Melissa Podcat hot, like hot cat podcast. Anyway, so I finally said to her, I go, I'm an actress too. And she was just like, well, yeah, like we're really on the same level. I go, I'm on a really popular children's show. It's called, well, there's a talking cat and everybody loves the cat and we're witches. It's called Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I'm just muttering and she turns and she goes, oh my God, my daughter loves that show. Could I have your autograph?
Really?
And I was like, no.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that Sigourney Weaver was a fan. Did I ever tell you when I met Daniel Radcliffe?
No.
I took Erin, our fabulous makeup artist, who's like an award-winning, amazing. But she's obsessed with everything horror. Yeah, she met her the other day. And then she, so Erin is obsessed with all things horror and magic and whatnot. And Erin wanted to go to the premiere of Harry Potter. So we took her to the premiere and I see Daniel Radcliffe and I couldn't give a crap. You know, like sometimes when it's for someone else, you're like, come on, we're going to go meet him. So I was like if it was like me trying to meet John Travolta, it'd be like, no. But with her, it was like, yeah, come on. Let's go meet Daniel Radcliffe. And as we walk up to him, he goes, oh my God, I grew up with you. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. But hey, this is my friend Erin. But yeah, I didn't know Sigourney was
I had the three of them on my talk show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he was very cute. He was like, you're my favorite. And I'm like,
oh, thanks. I thought I was his favorite, but whatever.
Talk show host. Not witch. And when I brought my nephew, this is the great thing about having children. When they say they're going to throw up and they are actually throwing up as they say they're going to throw up. Isn't that the thing? And we were I knew I was ready to have children because we were going to whatever that Harry Potter premiere was. And my nephew said, I'm going to throw up. And then he threw up all over me on the way to the premiere. And I was like, I'm ready to have children. I'm not even fazed by this. Yeah. But you get vomited on, pooped on so many times.
It's not. I always say you're not a real mom if you don't have 4 bodily fluids on you at all times.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
pee, puke, breast milk, snot, like pick one.
Yeah.
There's a
It's
lot.
all there.
Yeah.
Puke, spit up. Like
Wait,
there's
so we got off of the
Okay, anyway.
Man in the Moon.
Okay, so
yeah,
Sigourney
Man in the
Weaver.
Yes.
Okay, so then I met Comic Relief. Mm-hmm. And this is funny. So Sigourney Weaver is there at Comic Relief. And she's like, Caroline! Like, now we're best friends. She couldn't have been lovelier. And then I'm walking to go on the stage, and Bill Macy is in front of me. And I say, sorry, I'm following you. And he said, he turned around, and he was so nasty. And he goes, why are you following me? And I go, it's just the order that the show was put in. I'm the act that follows you. Because he had no idea who I was. It's very satisfying because I did very well. Anyway, that night after Comic Relief, the people who do Hollywood Squares were in the audience, and I got the job from that night.
Oh, yeah.
And Milos Forman was in the audience of Comic Relief, and he cast me in Man on the Moon.
Oh, my gosh. So what a
On
great
that
night.
Great night.
And then I also met Bob, who I was engaged to for a long time.
Oh, Bob.
Bob.
So you're best friends with Sigourney Weaver.
Yes, best
Man in the
friend.
Moon.
Got a job.
And Hollywood
And then when I was
Squares.
engaged,
got a fun
I had gone
job.
to the gem show, and I came in with like a 14-karat diamond, and I told all these guys that was my engagement ring. Do you remember?
Yes.
And you guys were like, wow, Bob works for nonprofits. I go, yeah, he's got family money. It was the biggest,
Family money.
fakest time.
Hey, I'm very trusting.
Beth was very mad. She was very, very mad.
I probably was like, great, good for you.
Good for you. Who
Good for
cares?
you. I didn't know you had a comedy belt in the show. Wait, I love that Sigourney Weaver. Well, I guess it turned out that she liked you because I was going to say that Sigourney Weaver was almost as embarrassing as my Lauren Bacall. So
Yeah.
Did you give her the
I also-
autograph?
I did. And Kathleen Turner chased me through an airport once.
oh, really?
Yeah. Because her daughter loved the show.
Oh, that was a nice reason to choose you.
I think I told you. I know.
I
I
wish
told,
we'd known how sort of iconic it was at the time. I don't think any of us
We didn't
leveraged
have
it.
any idea. No, because
we
we
just
were-
worked all the time,
we
and
worked
we had no idea it was
90
popular.
hours a week
Yeah.
in a little
You
bubble
worked
on our
150
show.
hours a week. I mean, we just,
It was a lot, and we never got outside of our little bubble. We rarely got to travel or do any. We only had a few months off in the
and
summer,
then
and
you'd
we
go
were
to
doing
another
movies.
country, and they'd be like, I will never forget walking in London, and the number 29 bus in Chelsea pulled up and said, "Hello, Aunt Hilda," and I was like, "What?" But you used to have bodyguards.
I
in
had to have
England.
bodyguards in London and in Australia.
I remember seeing you in London. Remember? You were
Oh,
staying
yeah,
at the Athenaeum.
Yeah, I love the Athenaeum. Yes,
I
I used to
remember
always stay
that.
there. But
I was staying at my aunt's.
I went.
Hello, you.
You know, when I got married
Not a
in
fan?
Italy,
What's going on? No.
This is the one that almost crawled on me yesterday.
I'm sure he's gonna come in the window there, Caroline.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
But that's my
Die
pet
of heat or
squirrel.
be killed by a rabid squirrel.
You work with a cat,
A
you'll
or
be
B.
fine.
A or B. Squirrel or heat.
I love that you're complaining about the heat.
Are there any other?
What's your routine these days? How do you come up with a comedy routine? I just want to know, like,
That's just my life.
Like, is it you just pull things from your current things?
Like having a 13-year-old daughter as a comedian, it's as if the heckler followed me home from the comedy club.
That's very true.
That's exactly what it's like. That's not funny. Are you wearing that? Ew.
Oh, you should see my latest TikTok where my son goes, "Dude, you're actually funny," and I'm like, it's like it's.
I saw it. It was funny.
Yeah, it's something where like you take
All right,
someone
let's
else's.
make a TikTok together now.
We do have to. But
Yeah.
I want to know real quick, what's your favorite joke you've ever, like, what was your all-time favorite stand-up joke that you maybe love to tell or get the biggest, like?
Well, the greatest joke I've ever told, I'll tell you off camera. I don't want to tell it on your podcast.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Do you
I
have one
remember,
can
you know
tell?
what? This is my 33rd year, and I always do stand up on my birthday.
You do?
Yep. I always do a show on my birthday.
I've only gotten to come to like one of your shows, and then
I
my
know.
dad went to one of your shows when I sent him for his birthday, but I haven't gotten to see you.
Oh, my act is complete. Well, you know, I mean, being a mother
Yeah.
changes your act completely.
What's your favorite joke ever told, though? Or second favorite?
Well, the first joke I ever told was my mother thinks I'm too aggressive with men because I had my last boyfriend put to sleep. I felt really bad because he knew where we were going as soon as he got in the car. I put in a tiny TV and a six-pack. I go, it's just a haircut.
What is wrong?
You asked the question, and then I told what is wrong with me.
You're so
Tell me
dark.
a joke, and then, no, that was horrible.
dark.
No, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm,
Oh my gosh.
You're not. You're actually very sunshiny bright.
I am. I'm sunshiny bright, but I got some dark. I've got some dark.
There's a little dark.
I'm trying to remember. I just wrote a really good joke. I can't remember. Yeah, that's
All
the
right,
problem.
well, maybe
I
come
know.
to Zany's.
This is what I was going to tell you.
Okay.
That my memory is so bad now that whenever I walk in a room, I can't remember why I've walked in that
Oh, no,
room.
that's just ADHD.
No, but for some reason, I always think there's going to be a clue in the fridge. I'm like halfway through a sandwich going, I didn't file my taxes. But thank you for the diagnosis, doctor.
Oh, no, I just struggle with the same thing.
Yeah, just walk around and go, what was that for?
By the way, I've heard that that's called the threshold effect when you do walk into a room and can't remember anything. Threshold effect.
Really?
Yeah. Because my kids had to overcome it for executive functioning for school.
Oh.
You have to think about something before you walk in the classroom. You think about what if you're gonna drop your homework off on the desk or ask the teacher a question before you walk through the threshold.
Oh.
Why is this not a part of like common knowledge?
right?
Like,
No.
why don't
These are
First
the
of all,
things
why
we need
have
to
we
learn.
not taught money, mortgages in school?
Yep.
And thank
Taxes.
God there were no diagnoses as children for us because I would never have succeeded in anything. If I known the letters that followed my name that weren't like PhD, I'd be like, I don't know, I would have finished anything. Okay, I just have to tell you a very quick LA story that this friend of mine said, oh my gosh, I have got to send you this sizzle reel of this show that I did. And I go, what is it? And she said, it's 4 psychics looking for Sasquatch in the forest. What is your email? And I said,
Yes, please.
No, I said, it's please don't at gmail.com.
I hope you went and got that email.
They sent it. I'm not kidding. The guy calls me back. He goes, that's not really your email. I go, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Show's not going to work. Okay.
Oh my gosh. No.
A secret. I have to tell you a secret? Or
No,
I
you
write
have
it
to
No,
write
you're
it
going to
down.
write it down and you're going to put it in the jar. But thank you for being here.
This was amazing.
Thank you. I
Thank
love
you.
you. I
Love
really
you.
appreciate you taking the time away from your broken head and your workout.
Ass is going to be a little bit lower thanks to you, lady.
Thank you guys for joining us here at What Women Binge.
Can you do us a favor and give us an Apple Podcast review? It helps a lot.
Yeah, and while you're at it, you can follow What Women Binge on Instagram.
And follow me on Instagram at Amanda WWB.
If you like listening to the podcast, you would love seeing it. So you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Melissa Joan Hart Official for full episodes, bonus content, and so much more. What Women Binge is produced by Laugh-O-Gram Studios. Our wonderful theme song was written and produced by my cute husband, Mark Wilkerson. Video production by Matt Giesler and Jay Hawley. Audio by Matt Lott. Production assistant Jen Best. And she is the best. What Women Binge is distributed by Podcast Heat. For more information, visit podcastheat.com. Do you have a question or a comment or a topic you want to suggest for the show? Well, we are listening. Email us at wwbquestions@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.